Welcome everyone to Ask Nutritionist Deepa's videocast podcast series. And today, by public demand, I have Ulkhan Nagarkar, who is the president of Maharashtra Manda Chicago, a full-time mom, full-time wife, full-time worker, full-time social activist, so many things she carries, and that also by taking care of herself. In last 1 year, she has lost 71 pounds, has reversed her diabetes, has reversed her GI health issues such as acid reflux, gas, bloating, so many things has improved in her health. So how does she do it? That's the question we will be answering on today's episode of Ask Nutritionist Deepa. So, Ulka, welcome to the episode.
Thank you, Deepa.
Okay, so
And
Ulka, you and I get questions. I get questions about how you did it. You get questions about how you did it. So where do we start? What kind of questions you get the most?
yeah, many times people ask me like how you are able to maintain your diet. Because see, I go to a lot of parties, gala events, I travel a lot. Even Maharashtra Mandal has a lot of functions. So everywhere I go, but still how I maintain my diet, that's the very first question.
Okay.
Like, how are you not tempted to the food that I was eating before? Or how I'm able to travel, how I find time for all these things.
Correct.
I mean, everyone asked me the same question. So
That is true. So
thought
the
of
first
answering.
question I think we should tackle is what motivates you to stay on track?
When initially I started during pandemic, like I said in your last episode, that after getting COVID second shot, I had so many health issues. I was like, what is happening to me? And I never had any answer for that. So finally, I reached out to you. You guided me so well, and that I have a trust in you. So literally, people when you give me different advices, which I never ask them for. Never seek any advice from anyone else, but still they want to give me that advice. I hear them. It's not like I disrespect those advices, but I trust you and I follow you blindly. What you say, that's what I did first. Like,
So that
you need
goes
to believe
into
in one
commitment.
guru. You need to believe in your one guru. That's what I'm doing right now.
No,
So
but
I remain
see,
on the same path.
we are on the same path, but there has to be something must motivate you, right? Because I'm
Yeah.
sure, like you said, there are so many temptations.
Yes.
One question about temptation is how do you stay away from so-called favorite foods like pani puri and
Yeah.
samosa and all those and bhaji and all those things?
So I have made up my mind. Uh, I don't want to hide my age. I'm 48-year-old. And then I made up my mind this way that for life of 47 years, I ate all kind of food. Whatever was my favorite, I ate. I pleased my taste buds. Now it's right time for me to take my health and my mind in my hand
Okay.
and work on it. And it's okay if rest of my life, if I am not able to eat that kind of food, it's perfectly fine with me because I look at those people who cannot even taste it at all.
That
I'm
is
not
true.
I'm not one of them, right? I had chance to eat for last 47 years and I ate it. I enjoyed that. Now my body is telling me that please don't eat it. It's not suiting us. It's really hard for us to take. That's what my body parts are telling me. And it's time for me to listen to my body. So
That
that's what I have like explained myself. Like I talk to myself many times. Do I really want to eat this and suffer again, or I want to live a healthy life which I'm enjoying right now? That's
correct.
the thing.
So when it comes to behavior change, we call it mindful awareness. Okay, where your brain try to associate mm, undesirable options or unhealthy food with instead of pleasure with pain.
Yeah.
So once you start that process, and I'm not saying not everybody cannot eat samosa or pani puri once in a while, I'm not saying that, but if that is frequently in your diet and if that is causing the weight gain or causing high blood pressure and diabetes, then instead of focusing on, oh my god, I cannot eat this, I cannot eat this, instead of getting into that negative mindset, what we need to train our brain is, hey, when I ate samosa, because remember Ulka did have a she fell off the wagon long time ago and she was doing well, she saw some samosas or some khaman somewhere, she ate it and she suffered. So her brain then we started working on the psychology of it and said, you know what, next time instead of looking at samosa and feeling sorry for you, oh, you can't eat, you should remember how sorry you were when you ate it.
True, true.
So
Yeah,
that's what it
absolutely.
is.
Absolutely. And then other thing is one trick you told me initially when we started this, that keep yourself full.
Correct.
When I'm full, I don't feel like eating anything. I mean, when you're hungry, then you tend to go and eat all those kind of food. But like you had told me how I should eat frequent meals, small portions, frequent meals, and I should keep myself full all the time. That's what I do. I carry my lunch bag everywhere. Now if you see my all videos or pictures, you will see my famous lunch bag with me all the time. There is always something to munch on, and like healthy snack, that what is healthy for me. I
Correct.
always carry the healthy snack. I don't drink any hard drink or soft drink or any juice or anything. I just drink plain water, which is needed by our body.
Correct.
That's what I just drink. And I keep myself full all the time. So whenever any favorite food, which was my favorite before, it comes in front of me, I don't feel like eating it right away, first of all. And second thing, I don't starve myself. And I eat. If I feel like eating batata vada or maybe bhajia or pakoda, I eat it. It's not like I don't eat it at all, but I have modified those recipes and I put those ingredients that suit me, and then I make batata vada or bhajiyas, and then I eat it. So it's not actually I'm not eating at all.
Correct.
I'm eating it, but I make it myself, and I make my taste buds happy with what I'm
With
eating right now.
flavors.
Eat
With
flavors. Yeah.
flavors. Because
Yeah.
that's another thing that we have worked together extensively is modifying recipes.
Yeah.
Right? If you have seen Ulka's food log, you will see pohe, thalipit, dhirda, uh,
Gajar halwa.
and gajracha halwa. The other day you also made some other halwa like shira sarkha. You
Yeah.
know, you कांद्याची भजी बनवली आहेत,
Yes.
डोसे बनवले आहेत, all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff she eats, but the recipes are modified. Important thing that to remember here is, more than me telling her what to eat, she has learned to listen to her body, and that's the most important uh, thing to remember here is we have to listen to our body. People say, well, you know, oh, I have been traditionally I've been eating this for so long. Then that is a wrong way of eating. If you're still having issues after following certain diet, then obviously that diet is not working for you. Because like Ulka said, this is not about caloric restrictions. We have never counted even a single calorie. I don't ask about calories. I don't care about calories. I just tell her, send me the pictures of your food and we'll take it over.
Yeah, absolutely. I like I said, I don't starve myself. And yes, you are right. Many times my portion size is big, but then like my body myself itself tells me like you are eating too much right now. So I know, because many times I get that question. That's right. Like, do you count calories? So I say no. Like, how many times do you eat breakfast, lunch, dinner? Then I say no. I don't even follow that schedule anymore. Whenever I'm hungry, I just eat it. So right now, when I'm sitting in the office and working in front of my computer desk, 8 hours, my job is like I sit at one place for 8 hours. Barely I move, right? My lunch break, or sometime if I'm printing some paper, I will get up from my seat. But other than that, for 8 hours, I literally sit in front of computer. So on the side, my lunch box is always open, and I'm eating from that every now and then. So whenever my colleagues, they visit my desk, they're like, "You're still eating?" I'm like, yeah, I'm eating. I mean, literally like a baby, like how babies eat. They just eat one spoon and they will go around, and, they will do their stuff. And then again, they will come near to their mom or dad, and again, one spoon. Literally, that's how I eat whole day. And that's why I'm full all the time. And then whenever somebody else is eating some food, I don't even look at that, what they are eating, because I'm already full, right? So
That is
that's,
correct.
yeah.
So, but important thing here, or if somebody were to ask me, what's the secret of Ulka's success here, or how did she lose all this weight? I'm going to say that that she follows whole food, plant-based, no added oil diet. she does not use any oil in cooking. All kinds of padartha or dishes that we just talked about does not include any oil, and it's manageable. If you can create those, you can recreate those recipes, because Ulka is an example of many of us out there with many health conditions, chronic conditions. But no matter what you take diabetes, you take obesity, you take GI issues, you take migraines, you take arthritis, you take blood pressure, heart disease. These are the most common ones. The single common factor, or the root cause of all these disease conditions, are inflammation. And when you follow whole food plant-based diet, where whole food plant-based ingredients are basically fruits, vegetables, whole grains, herbs and spices, what we are not adding is oil, and that is a huge component of it. And that's it. I mean, that's why her caloric intake is not going to be super high, because she's eating a lot of fibrous foods and whole foods. So Ulka, one more thing. Can you tell us, how do you manage when you travel? You recently went to Hawaii, you went to India. When people plan their trip to India, they feel that they have to just let go of things and not be bothered. What would be your advice to them?
Yeah, it's easily manageable. Actually, when I went to India, our travel is almost, as you know, it's like 24 hours. Like you are sitting in the flight for 14 to 16 hours. So like how I manage here at my office, like I said, I carry 2-3 containers of food to my office. So in a day, how many times I eat, I just calculated that things, like I almost eat 8 times, for example. So I carried 8 different food things which will stay good for 8 hours for 24 hours in flight, because in India it's very hot and humid, right? So literally I carried 2 different types. Like for example, if I'm eating snacks, coconut and dates, so I carried 2 bags of coconut and dates. Then I eat sweet potato, baked sweet potato. So I carried sweet potato, baked sweet potato. Then I made dosa, which will stay good. I experimented it at home before, and I carried that. Then I cooked millet, just like varan bath, how we make, and some sprouts in it, like sabji kind of a thing. I added in that, and I carried all different kind of containers, small containers with me in the flight. Same way, whenever I was traveling in India, I told my relatives that do not feed me. I'm going to carry my own food. It was hard for them to digest that what is this. Like in India, usually people, they become happy when a guest eats at their home.
Correct.
I told them, you be happy just by my presence. Correct. And talk to me. I'm going to fill my stomach with our chit chatting, with our gupshup memories. I'm not going to feed myself with your home cooked meal, even though you are cooking healthy food and all those things. They told me that, okay, you tell us the ingredients, we will make it. I said no, because I am very much scared of contamination. And I don't want to spoil my trip because of I'm eating outside and contamination. I will carry my food. I know you will be upset, but I'm fine with that, because I'm not there to please anyone by eating. Okay. So literally I told them upfront, and then when they saw me doing, and said like, oh, you are very determined, so we don't want to disturb. And I said, fine. So now my Indian relatives, relatives in India, and my friends, everyone know, even though I go to restaurant or anywhere, my food, even I went to one marriage ceremony. And in that marriage ceremony also, I carried my lunch box, and my friend's daughter was getting married, and they were also amazed. My college friends were amazed. They're all doctors. Like I said last time in my interview, I'm an Ayurvedic doctor by profession, and they are all practicing physicians over there. They were like, oh, they are seeing me after a long time. So they were happy to see me. I lost weight. But then they said, like, you carried your dabba? I said, yes. So in that marriage ceremony also, I ate my dabba. And same thing I did with Hawaii trip. When I went to Hawaii, I carried my raw ingredients. Yeah. And on airport, they checked my bags because I was carrying food in handbag. But thank you to Deepa, she gave me the letter that I have allergies and I'm supposed to eat my own food. So the officers, they examined my bags. They made me open the containers. They saw what it is. They asked me 100 questions. They do the full body scanning checkup, everything. I was okay with that. but I made sure that I'm carrying my food in the
That's
flight
true.
and to Hawaii as well. And I carried a small rice cooker of 2 cups. And then I was cooking my millet and dal and my soup and sabji in that small rice cooker. So in any hotel we went, I asked for a fridge and the microwave. So literally, I carried my raw ingredients everywhere in India, then in Hawaii, and I cooked my food. And I managed my trip that way. Like if whole day next day I'm traveling, then I cook my food at
You
night
cook
time.
extra.
I cooked
That's good.
extra. So I made
That's good.
sure that wherever I'm going, I'm having food with me. I because mainly if I would have been hungry, I would have ate something else,
And you
whichever
would
is
have suffered.
suffered. Yeah.
Suffered,
So
yes.
I
So,
made
so
sure.
Ulka, in your case, you have a lot of food in food sensitivities or
Yeah.
food intolerances, right?
Yes.
That's why Ulka has to take these extreme measures, like she has to carry her ingredients. But most of us, luckily, don't have to go that extreme. If you don't have as severe food intolerances or allergies, I think the journey is even easier.
Yes.
If Ulka thinks her journey is easier, you can imagine how much easier can it be for everybody else. So if you have any, just diabetes or weight issues, you can definitely navigate your way through this. All you have to
Absolutely.
do is to be very mindful. One of the thing that I do when I eat out is I modify that whatever is on the menu to my likings. I will tell them cut down on, I don't want any oil, add more vegetables, don't fry. And if I'm eating tofu, don't fry tofu. So we just have to be creative. Ulka has been very creative. I try to be creative with my recipes. I try to be creative when I travel or when I eat out. The way I deal with India trip and respect my relatives and their wishes of feeding me is I tell them, I give them list of things that they can get for me. So I will tell them, make me dayachi chutney or bring me some peru if I'm there. So I tell them what I want. That way, I mean, I remember last time somebody said she has some special pohe or ragi flour from her some vendor she knows, and I said, okay, give me 2 cups of ragi flour. So because that is more useful to me than kaju katli and the ladus
True.
and the sweets. So we just have to be creative and be happy, because it's worth it. I mean, health
Yeah.
is worth it.
Yeah, that reminds me, when I went, they asked me if I can eat any fruit. See, I can eat papaya and mango. And when I went
Yes.
in January, mango season was not there. So literally everyone, they cut the papaya. So I remember at one point in one day, I ate papaya 3 times. Like every house I ate papaya, but I was okay
That's
because
right.
papaya suits me. And another thing I want to add to your thing, I mean, what you explained just now, that it's doable. Even though I have so many intolerances, if I can do it, the people who don't have this many intolerances, they can do it. And like I said, I'm 48, I'm middle age, so I have middle age things going on right now, like hormonal changes, menopause, and so many things on my plate, but still I lost this much weight at this age. So
Correct.
if you are young or old, it doesn't matter. Age
Yeah.
doesn't matter in this thing, I can tell you that for sure. So
An
still people can
important
do it.
thing is to commit
Yeah.
for start one step at a time. Like I said, we don't have to change everything overnight, but start somewhere. Don't give up.
Yes.
Don't give up. If you fall off the wagon, get back on the wagon. That's really is.
True, true.
Ulka was.
Even when I went to, this is good. Even when I went to Hawaii in the restaurant, when I used to sit just quietly with Ashish is eating. Those restaurant people used to ask us, "Can we make something for you?" And I used to ask them, "Do you have coconut milk?" And if they say yes, "Do you have mango?" Because they used to make
Correct.
different smoothies, right?
Yeah.
So if they say yes, I used to tell them, "Okay, make me mango milkshake with coconut milk and mango," and they used to make it.
So
So even for restaurant people also, I asked them if they can make it. They made it for me in
that's
Hawaii.
that's perfect. So do you think then, Ulka, some of the strategies involve meal planning
Yes.
ahead? How do you handle meal planning? What do you do?
Usually I plan my meals one day ahead. not for a week, but one day ahead, I try to make my food fresh every day. I try to eat fresh. If I'm making food in the morning, I will make the food for whole day.
Correct.
So then I will eat, like for breakfast, lunch, dinner. So whole day I will keep myself full. I don't want to be hungry and go somewhere else, right? And if it is possible, I will plan one day ahead. So and I will keep variety, because if you keep eating the same food again and again, you get bored right away. Instead of that, if I'm making food maybe Sunday, if I'm making food Sunday, then I will make 2-3 different items. So I can switch between them.
Correct.
So keeping the variety, modified food, keeping the variety and planning at least one day ahead. So it helps me basically.
Absolutely. Do you ever cook extra and freeze?
Usually I don't feel like freezing it, because I don't cook big quantities. Nowadays, actually, I have developed this skill, you can say, because I I have a magic bullet. I don't have any other kind of blender or mixer in the house. Simple magic bullet.
Yeah.
And it has a blade for the dry ingredients.
Correct.
So I eat millet. So I just take little bit millet in that small portion. I will use that blade and make flour, homemade flour of millet, and I will make dosa right away.
Okay.
So many times if I cook millet, like pressure cook millet, I will cook it for one day. But yes, I have freezed it sometime, like in the deep freezer I had kept when I went for Hawaii and India trips.
Correct.
Because I cooked extra. So when I will come back after 2 weeks or 1 week of trip, when I will be back at home, nobody's there to cook for me, right? After coming home, my husband can just buy food from outside, but I cannot. So I actually cooked extra dal and millet for me, pressure cooked it, and I freezed it in deep freezer. And when I came back from my vacation, I actually used that cooked millet and dal after coming back from my trip actually. So you can say I planned 2 weeks ahead. You can say that way.
Because yes, so food meal planning is I think is the important activity when you are trying to eat healthy. I think it's once you have your meal planned and once you have right ingredients at your fingertips, you can create all kinds of meals that you need to, that you feel like eating. But planning for that is extremely crucial. So Ulka, we talked about what motivates you. What motivates you to stay on the wagon is how you feel.
Yeah.
How you are free of diseases. That's what motivates you. How you handle your cravings is by making sure you are always full and you are not starving, you are not impulsive. So that's your secret number 2. How do you not miss your samosas and chaklis is by reminding yourself that you have eaten enough of that, or you modify some of those recipes.
Yes.
And make your own. So that kind of helps with the creativity. That's how you handle that. How you travel and still stay on the wagon is again by carrying your own food or planning or verbalizing your needs to the restaurant or your guests, the host, wherever you are going. How you choose your food is based on the nutrient density. You are not counting calories, you are not counting anything. And how are you able to reduce your inflammation, reverse all these diseases by staying on whole food, plant-based, no oil diet?
Yes.
Right.
And determination is the one more point.
Determination is everything.
Discipline, determination.
Correct. All these exactly. Determination, discipline. But I think once your body and your brain is at right place, the determination is almost a side effect of that, in the sense, you just feel like doing it because you're feeling good. It's that different. It's a high of feeling healthy.
Yeah, a lot of people ask me, that's what they ask me, how you are so much having energy and you are doing so many things, multitasking. I tell them it's like Ayurveda principle, sound mind in sound body, sound mind, that connection. Because I'm eating right, my body is happy, and my cells, you can say minute cells are getting a lot of energy because I'm eating right. And then I'm having a lot of energy and I'm using that energy in the right direction.
Correct.
Even I have noticed myself that before I used to get angry right away, like short tempered or something. Agitated. You gave a right word, hangry.
So I said, Ulka, you are hungry.
hungry. So because I am eating like right food and making myself all the time full. So even if like the reasons that you used to agitate me before, they don't make me that way anymore. Like I can listen to people, like quietly, and then react
Not
in a
react, yeah, not
not
react
react right
impulsively.
away.
That is
So
good. That's
yeah,
good.
so
All
it is
right.
also
So
helping me in that way.
of course, because food is the fuel. It's at the core of everything we do. I mean, we work, we live because of food, right? Otherwise,
Yes.
it's a source of energy, it's source of survival.
Yeah.
But we have to use food in correctly. It's
And
like, putting
one
right
more thing
fuel
I
in the car.
noticed, yeah,
Hmm?
and one more thing I noticed, before my face used to look, like all the time tense, stressed. I mean, whenever I used to watch TV or movie, my daughters will be sitting next to me and they will ask me, "Mom, are you feeling okay? Why your face is like, it's like as if you are mad at somebody." And I was like, "No, I'm not mad. I'm just watching TV." And they used to say, "No, but your face looks like you are mad at somebody." And I never realized that. But now, after, like I said, eating right food, you losing so much of weight and having that energy, I myself felt that my face is
You're
looking
more
different,
happy.
happy, and it has a glow on it.
That's
So,
very good.
I mean, that is a positive thing. Like because we never think about this,
Mm.
like it reflects on our face as well. All that things.
Absolutely. Yeah. See, pain, that's why we have to listen to our body and see what it's telling us, right? But sometimes even to be that mindful, you have to be really in tune with what's going on.
Yeah.
So Ulka, I think we answered all these questions that we got, and I
Yes.
hope people will get motivated by what you are doing.
Yes.
And like me and Ulka both expressed that start somewhere, don't get stuck, don't give up. Start somewhere. One step in the right direction is step in right direction. So keep that going.
Maybe
Uh,
baby steps.
baby steps, and it's okay, don't beat yourself up too much if you fall off the wagon. Important thing is to get back on, and things get better after 1 year. Like, this is probably Ulka is graduating this month. uh, because 1 year we went through all these cycles:
Yeah.
birthdays, traveling, holidays, Christmas, Diwali, Dasara, Maharashtra Manda events, everything. We went through
Yes.
all that stuff, and she has learned from it, and so will you. So just
Yeah. I
take
got
a step in
plateau
that
also two,
direction.
three times when
Yeah,
my weight
plateaued.
was
Yeah,
not going down, but still I kept doing it. I didn't give up this time.
that's right. That's right. So, Ulka, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I will keep up the good work and
Thank you.
have your friends send you questions, have them send me questions.
Absolutely.
We
Yeah.
are here to help anybody. So,
Yeah.
thanks again, everyone, for watching, and take care, and go whole food, plant based, no added oil.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.